Okay, I'm going to make a very, very simple maze. My objective will be to make this blue dot be my player and move through the maze, and if it gets to the green dot, it wins. There are a lot of different things that I could do to make variety, excitement, and challenge to this game, and I'll demonstrate or at least mention a couple of those as we do this. So to build a very basic maze, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my program so that when I click the flag, the blue dot will go to the home position. Then it will ask forever if I am pressing the up, down, left, or right keys. So it will move with those keys. And it will ask if I touch the walls, and it will go back to the original position. And if I touch this green dot, then I win. It'll be a pretty simple program. So I set this up so that I have a player sprite and I have the end sprite, these two dots. I could have set it up so that the background here, the backdrop is over here. I could have set it up where I put that green dot as actually part of the backdrop, and I could just say that if I touch the color green, then I win. I intentionally chose to make it a sprite so that if I want more levels later on, I can move that sprite to a different location. I guess I also could have added that green dot to my other backdrop. So you see I have uploaded here two different levels, and this is important. I've named them. This is very important in Scratch or in video game editing, that you name your elements so that you know what they are. But again, I just chose to make them into sprites. And I've also given them a name. So when I click on this sprite, it is named player, and this one I've named N, again, so that I can keep track of them. So I'm going to go ahead and build this. I will probably start fast forwarding through this and pause it to talk about any important stuff. Here we go. The position here, okay, the X value and the Y value is the position that it is here. I just moved it to exactly where I wanted. Okay, so if I accidentally move it somewhere else, now I've programmed it to when I click the flag, boom, it goes to its spot. So what I've set up here is my motion script. If I press the left, right, up, down arrows, then it will move. We can picture this, okay, our screen here, as an XY coordinate plane. Okay, I have my Y axis going up and down, and my X axis going left and right. And 0 on both of those axes is right here in the center. So if I'm changing my X value in a positive direction, I'm moving to the right on my screen. So if I test this, it should work. And sure enough, I've got some motion, but you'll see that I can move wherever I want. That's not what I want to happen. Let's test it again. I can still move, no problem. Let's see if I touch a wall. Work. So some of my background is this black color. Some of it, like this, you can see, not. So I'm gonna have to do a little trick here and say if I'm touching that black color or this other color, let's see if this works. That color right there. And now let's test it. Still didn't work. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Some ways around this would be to go into the costume of my background here, and I could actually just draw in these lines if I wanted to. Right, I could change the color of that line and actually draw some lines. That would do it. So I fixed it. Great. And now I'm just going to add one final test. I'm going to say if I'm touching my end sprite, then I win. Okay, so I'm going to continue testing this. Let's see if I can make it all the way over to my end. I think I'm actually going to cheat just to test. Let's place my player there. And okay, hard to test because I just used this broadcast feature. This broadcast command is how sprites can talk to one another, or how you can send messages into the world of Scratch. And I can tell any of my sprites or any of my backdrops to listen for that message. And so here I can say then this, when I receive this message win, I can do whatever I want. I could change to another backdrop. I could make a new sprite appear. I could make words appear. I could do whatever I want. So as just a simple example, I will make my sprite grow a lot. And so I did that, but now my sprite's all big. So what I have to do is go back to the beginning of my program and tell my sprite, go back to your original size. There we go. I've made a very basic maze program. Lots of ways to change this. You can, of course, add custom sprites. You can make this look any way that you want. You could say that when you get to the end, you change to a different backdrop here, so that I can, in my code here, when I touch my end sprite, I could change the backdrop to a different one, go to a new location, and then set up the same commands here for left, right, up, and down. This is a very basic game, but it could be fun, and you can modify it any way that you want. I look forward to seeing your game. Ask questions if you need.